Hello guys, my name is Meric and welcome. Now boosting accounts is something hard to do honestly, and only players who got like 6k MMR or 7k MMR are the only people that can boost any account. However, that's not entirely true. Now I'm an average player with the Divine 2 and I can tell you that it's possible to boost your account by yourself by applying a few strategies. Now before we dive more, remember to subscribe and turn that notification button for more videos, and also don't forget to like my Facebook page so you can find some memes and you can even ask some questions there and find some guides. With that being said, let's get started. Now what I'm gonna say won't work with everyone. It requires some level of skills, map awareness, and not being a monkey. Now the first thing that you need to do is to practice 3 heroes. Why is that? So you can get better with them to be able to boost your account. So you need to play at least 30 games of each hero. Don't rush and play ranked like a retard. You need to be patient and just practice those 3 heroes that I'm just gonna mention. And even if you got countered, you will still manage to outplay them because you play the hero more than enough to be so good with it. Now when it comes to heroes, I'm always gonna look at heroes that will dominate the lane, have good mobility and good damage to the towers. And remember, this is only for mid lane, but it can work with the safe lane as well, but with different hero pools. And if you want me to make a guide about it, let's get at least 1000 likes on this video, so I know that you really want it. Now the heroes are Clinkz, OD and Shadow Fiend. And I'm sure you'll be like, but Meric, OD doesn't deal damage to the towers. That's true, but he's fucking good laner, like he's OP as fuck. And let me tell you why I picked those heroes. Now Clinkz, he is my favorite hero when it comes to boosting. You can get a lot of levels out of the mid lane, unlike the safe lane, because you got a support there. And you have a high chance of killing the enemy mid laner and just zone him out with your arrow, which is your second skill. And once you finish your soul ring, Ring of Aquila, make sure to get a Blightstone and a medallion, and just try to get some kills around the map. But that requires some map awareness level, which I mentioned before. So the strategy with Clinkz is to punish the enemy whenever they try to gank other lanes by getting the mid tower. But remember, it's not necessary to get the mid tower then ganking other lanes. You can always gank other lanes once you get some core items, which is medallion, because once you get it you will be able to like 3-shot the enemy support so easily, and from there you can get Desolator and even have Hex to get some control, or you can even get a Nullifier for more damage and to mute the enemy from using BKB, because it's such a wonderful item for the late game. There's so many items for Clinkz that you can get, so try to watch more guys about Clinkz. Now let me tell you why I love Clinkz, because I don't need to ask my teammate to push because I know that they won't listen most of the time. So with Clinkz, I will be able to roam around, get kills and get towers after I get the kill, because no one is gonna be defending that lane. This is Dota. Everyone is greedy in the low bracket MMR and they just like, to farm. So when you always get kills, you need to get towers and just stay in the enemy jungle so you can get kills and push lanes, which will give you a lot of gold to your teammate as well. Also the hero can get Roshan solo with Desolator and Medallion. And let's not forget that the enemy won't buy dust until they die a lot. So that's an advantage for you as a Clinkz. Also, to get the racks, just force the enemy to use the glyph. Then you just can't get the racks so easily, even if there is no creep wave nearby, which what I prefer, because if there's a creep wave, someone will try to defend. And if there's no creep wave, you just can push the mid lane to get the other lanes, like you can get the creep wave to the mid lane, then just walk to the other racks or to the other tower and just using your first skill, and make sure to have your second skill as like passive and just get the damn tower, or at least deal some damage to the tower and just go back. That's why I love Clinkz, because when it comes to Raxes, you can just get them so easily, because that's how you win the game, by getting Raxes, not only kills. Shadow Friend. Now with Shadow Fiend you have only 2 roads. You either go for the magic damage or physical damage. And to boost, I prefer the old way because I care about how much damage that you can deal to the tower. And I picked Shadow Fiend because he's a strong laner at the moment. Once he gets some souls and levels, you'll be able just to raise your enemy, and you know the raise will stack and deal a lot of damage to the enemy. He's fast farmer as well. You can make stacks for yourself and clear them, and he have a fine damage to kill the enemy solo and also the towers. But that depends on how you will itemize your Shadow Fiend. Like if you go for magical damage, you will use like blink and use scepter, e-blade, and that's not physical damage at all. That's just magical damage. And also don't forget your talent tree, so you can have more magic damage. But you can even go to that road where you can just deal physical damage, which I prefer honestly. If I'm playing like in my bracket, I will just go for magical damage because I have a good teammate, and the worst one will be average player. But in low bracket MMR, I'm not gonna count on my teammate, to deal damage to the towers because they won't listen most of the time. So I will try to always play solo and get some pickoffs and try to, get some towers because that's how you will win the game. OD. Now OD is different. He's a strong laner against, of course, almost any mid laner except Sniper and Viper. Now the hero is extremely OP when it comes to teamfight. You need to build utility items on OD like drums, Hurricane Pike and Blink Dagger. Those are the main items. You can skip Blink Dagger if you want, but I prefer to get it. Then you can just get Shiva's Guard for some armor or Hex to control the enemy. OD always play around his teammates. Yes, you can get some solo kills with him, but you don't have a good damage to take towers, neither taking Roshan. That's why you can pick him as a situational hero where you playing with your teammate and they are good. So this hero is a great hero to play, especially against like DK or any hero that have a lot of HP. Hero mechanics. Now guys, I only mention Clinks when it comes to strategy because every hero have different mechanics. Like with Shadow Fiend, you can farm waves and camps. With Clinks, you can farm only some camps and just get kills. But with OD, it's more like farming and taking team fights around your team. That's why it's impossible to explain everything in one video. So try to learn and watch some pro games and spectate how they play with those heroes. That's how you can learn. Now guys, remember, every single hero in Dota 2 have different mechanics from other heroes. Like for example, Slark like to get his Shadow Blade and run at people and just to kill them, and while he's doing that he can farm some camps. He's not like a farmer just farming some items. Anti-Mage is a farmer, but it's not like necessary to only farm every single camp in the game and just be an AFK. No, you can actually get some fights and get some pick off with your Manta style, or maybe you can just TP to a fight and just get some clean up kills and just TP out or just finish farming. Every single hero have different mechanics. That's why it's impossible for you to apply every single tip I gave you with other heroes. That's why you need to do it with some heroes. Like I showed you how to play with Clinks. Try to do it. Now communication. Now when I boosted my account, I was positive with my teammate no matter what. And you need to remember this. If you play as an average player, you will lose. Because I don't count on my teammate to win. If I got good teammates, that will make the winning, much easier. But most of the time, I blame myself for the loss. So you need to shut the fuck up and don't complain about your support or just, but not buying wards and stuff like that. Because you can buy wards as well. So always remember, you need to give at least 200% of your performance to win the game. Except that, don't expect to win because you are AFK farming while your teammate is just dying. That's why you need to communicate with your team and be nice with them and try to plan how to push, how to get Roshan and stuff like that. Now planning. Now before you even start the game, you need to plan how you will play against the enemy. What are you gonna do for the first 10 minutes? What items that can help you to stay alive? What is your priority in the game? Which hero you need to kill always first in the team fight? taking Roshan and using it for your advantage to take, you know, some map control, buying BKB if you need it, or if it's kind of hopeless game you just need BKB. So try to not be a monkey because you think that you don't have any damage because BKB is just a useless item. You need to always to plan for every move that you will do, and the plan will change according to the game. That's why you always need to plan for the first 10 minutes only, because if you like lost the lane, I need to change my plan and try to play aggressive, you know, with my teammate and try to get some kills with them, not farming only. So that's how you do it. So always try to be smart by, you know, using your brain and try to adapt according to the game and plan everything, because that's how you win Dota. Now art playing, and this is pretty simple. Think of what the enemy should do and plan according to that. Like for example, when it comes to killing, you need to think what you need to do to kill him. Like make him low enough in the mid lane, and whenever you know see him going for a CS, you can just try to kill him. It's more like baiting the enemy. And the same thing with the others. Like for example, landing a Sunstrike, you need to know where he's gonna juke or not, and just try to predict his juking spot and stuff like that. So always try to outplay the enemy so you can easily win your mid lane. Now this is everything you need to know about boosting and how you can boost your MMR. But remember guys, it's not gonna work with everyone. You need to have some level of skills as always and play above average to win. It's not about your teammate. It's about how to play, because you can win 70% of your games if you play above your average. For example, if I'm an ancient player, I need to gain MMR by playing, you know, like a divine player. That's how you need to do it. It's not like, I believe I belong to a divine while you are just a legend. No, if you are a legend, just try to play like an ancient and you will gain MMR. If you can't gain MMR, that means you don't belong to that level. Damn! I know guys, that's very harsh, but it's just a pure fact. You cannot lie to yourself and be like, I just belong to, you know, divine, I'm the best player. And well, you are just a trash. That's just a sad fact. You need to get better and just put your pride aside and just learn the game. That's why I'm making even, guys. I'm still learning the game. Every day you still gonna learn a new thing. It's not like you're gonna be, oh, I learned everything. I know how to play with this hero. I know how to play with that hero. I have enough. No, if you think that you have enough and you are just like 2k or 3k like Crusader or Legend or like let's say an Ancient, you will always stay in the same bracket no matter what. You're not gonna get better. Only you need to learn so you can get better. Except that you can't. That's it for the day. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe to support my channel. Also, don't forget to like my Facebook page where you can find some memes and ask questions there. This is Meric. See you guys in the next video.